No, not without us making
No.
jokes about it.
No.
Go for you.
Go get him, guys.
I don't remember someone saying it.
I swear you said it. I swear you said. People were asking me if I was interviewing somewhere.
I did. You asked me. I said someone else asked it. Someone else.
Yeah. And so then it's turned into a tradition unlike any other, like the Masters. I can't remember what the other question was. What question we got for Greg?
What?
We were coming up with questions for you at the hockey game. I can't remember. There was some.
They were very racy. Nice shot.
None. I had a Diet Coke. I had a Diet Coke that could cost $7.85. I don't even know what a beer costs there. $20? Probably 15, I'm guessing.
At a game like. Dude, Six Flags down there in Dallas, like Valley Fair, you know. The whole like. Is there from noon to noon to 8? So we're like, okay, we'll just do one meal there, whatever. Johnny Rockets.
Oh, yeah,
I paid
yeah.
$70 for the 5 of us. It was like $15 for a chicken strip and fries and a drink.
Man, it's expensive to take your family out, isn't it?
Crazy.
They still have Johnny Rockets at the Mall of America?
And we're back.
And we
I
are.
have no idea. I haven't been to the Mall of America in like 10 years. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Everything that else happened between the last time that we...
What's the
Happy
official?
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Did we do one after Thanksgiving?
Merry Easter.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did a couple December.
What's the official rule on how long you can go to wish somebody a Happy New Year?
A week, I would say.
Until it's not happy
So-
anymore.
We're still within...
January 8th, that's it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the cutoff?
I'd say the day of 7th, next
Okay.
Sunday.
Andy's got some weird
I don't
rules
know.
because he has rules about Christmas
I
music.
just made it up. Well, that's not a rule. It's the law.
No, it's not.
Will you wish the congregation a Happy New Year
No,
on the 7th?
I will not. Next Sunday.
We haven't had a service yet for
Yeah.
New Year. Why wouldn't you? Why don't you want the people to have a happy New Year, Andy? These are your people.
That's a valid point. But we did. It was the New Year's Eve day. Mm-hmm.
Of 2023.
We wished people Happy New Year that year. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Where's our page?
Hard hitting.
Greg wasn't here then.
Hard hitting question. Well, Happy New Year, Greg.
I missed the end of 2023. Yeah.
He was
Happy New
down
Year.
in Texas taking care of some business, apparently. So.
Yeah. Taking care of some business down in Texas. See a man about a horse? That's what you do in Texas, right?
A few times. I hope you did. I hope you saw a man about a horse a few times.
Does that mean something I don't know?
Yes.
What?
It means taking number 2.
Really?
Never heard that phrase before? Have you, Mike?
I've heard it.
Yeah, but I didn't know it's only in reference to going to the bathroom.
I'm sure that somebody said that about going to actually see a man about a horse.
Right. Well, maybe that's what I was doing.
Oh, I can't picture you riding a horse, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I grew up on a ranch.
You did?
You did?
No.
I was like, really? How did we not know this?
No, I mean, I meant to say I grew up on ranch.
On ranch.
Yeah, for sure.
I like
Ranch
ranch.
dressing.
Yeah, the Hidden Valley type.
I grew up the Hidden Valley.
The Hidden
yeah.
Valley type. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Not craft.
I've never heard that in reference to going to the bathroom,
Oh, okay.
but I've never really heard it.
Anywhere else?
Yeah. That's weird.
Where in
I've never-
Texas did you go? Dallas? Houston?
North Dallas suburbs. My sister, I have 2 sisters there. They're neighboring towns like Rogers and St. Michael. It's like
Sure.
Frisco and McKinney. So my sister that we stay with is in McKinney.
Good weather?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was not much different than it was here last week.
They have a pool?
No, my sister has
Oh,
a
okay.
community pool like in her neighborhood.
I just
but
remember
it's
some of
closed.
your winter vacations, kids swim in the pool.
There's like
Is that California?
kind of like a Lifetime Fitness type of thing, right by like the
The
park.
pictures
like the
seemed
hen
like
house.
it was somebody's house.
Pool would be Jordan's mom's house in
Oh, okay.
California. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Everybody
There you
doing
go.
well?
Yeah.
Nice hat.
Thank you. I got a hat
That
from...
extra shoelace
Yeah.
in case yours breaks or something. No, you got the Hey Dudes.
I got new Hey Dudes for Christmas. These aren't them, though.
Hey, have you seen the new boots?
Yeah.
There's
My
Hey Dude
nephew
boots.
Troy got Hey Dude boots. I said, "What are those? Sup Bros? What are those?" And they have nicer shoes too. He got some for Christmas. He was like, "They're like formal." I'm like, "They're excuse me, sirs." That was my thing. What are those? Excuse me, sirs.
Pardon me, man.
Yeah. But they got bought out by Crocs. Did you know that?
Yes. I
Hey
did.
Dude?
Yeah.
Hey Dude did. Yeah.
Oh man.
So now they're gonna look
It's
all
been a while
different.
though. They've Crocs bought them out.
If Croc's smart, they're not
Over
going to
here.
do anything to those
Right.
things because
No. Well,
these things
Crocs
have
haven't
taken
done
off.
anything to their own product. Why would they do anything to
That's fair. They really haven't, have they?
except sell little
Little bling blings.
trinkets you
Yeah.
can put in them?
They are the most comfortable shoe ever. Does that
Really?
mean I'm getting older? Is this-
Crocs?
No, Hey Dudes.
Oh, Hey Dudes, yeah, yeah.
Couldn't
Just
do 'em.
watch
They're
out
too
though.
flat.
You're wearing the insoles that they come with,
You guys
right?
Yeah.
These guys have matching shoes.
Yeah.
No,
that's
they're
all we
not
do.
matching. They're,
Yeah,
not, they're the same
These are
brand.
just dirtier, dude.
The
I
same
know. I
brand,
got
the
new
same.
ones, but I don't want to wear them. I'm scared to get them dirty.
We do
in
not
the
have
winter.
matching hats, so tell us about your hat.
No,
Mike.
I got a hat from a friend who saw a guy about a horse, and
Came back with a hat.
came back with a hat. Yeah, but it's cool because it's the old North Star logo.
Yeah,
I like that a lot, which we should have. The
Shout
wild-
out to Kim Kringen.
Yeah, Kim.
He loves this attention
Yeah, he does.
Shout out to Dallas, Texas.
Did we tell
Stars
Andy?
are.
for the stars.
We need
North
to.
Stars.
Did we tell Andy our April's Fool's joke? Yeah.
Did we ever tell you that? We can't say that.
No, we
we
can't
gotta
say
do
it.
it. We have to do it. I think we did.
Off.
Oh no,
I think we did.
We have to tell him off,
Yeah.
Mike.
We just got to let the people wait till April.
Yeah, April.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
What day is April 1st on this year?
I think it's a Monday.
Okay.
I looked it up.
Did you look it
Like,
up?
well, that's not going to work. What about next year?
3 years
just,
from now,
yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
just have to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
joke really builds. Yeah. So. I
You
like-
guys, I mean, Greg went to Texas. Did
Yeah.
you didn't go anywhere for
No.
Christmas or New Year's?
No, we.
What'd you do for New Year's?
Well, it's Julie's birthday that day.
That's right.
That's right.
So we
you installed
made
the
some
toilet.
steaks.
Is it the first or is it the last day of
It's
December?
31st.
Okay.
Yeah, 31st. Yeah. So
You
we.
said you guys installed the toilet or something.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
Yeah.
We started the morning
Wow.
out by installing a toilet.
So you can go see Man About a Horse.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 100%.
Put it on a new saddle.
Got one of those higher saddles too. One of the
Yeah.
higher ones.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Idaho Silver.
Yeah, no, we're finishing up the bathroom, so we put that in, and then we just did some family stuff, and then I made
Stay up till midnight.
steaks and salmon,
Salmon.
steaks in the skillet. You'd have liked it, and some
figured it
mushroom
out.
sauce, and then we went to St. Martin's and watched the Vikings get absolutely annihilated.
Smacked.
Just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
And we were in bed by about 10. So, yeah, on New Year's Eve. So,
Really?
yeah.
You didn't even stay up till midnight?
No.
The girls
I don't
didn't
think
want to
so.
stay up till midnight?
They might have.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I mean, here's the thing. When you have teenage kids,
They
they're going to bed
do
after
their own
us.
thing anyways.
They're going to bed after us at this point. It's kind of like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I don't know. So, as long as they get up in the morning and they're
Ready to go.
ready to go.
I got home
guess.
from church, ate quick lunch, and then took like a 2.5 hour nap.
Mm.
And then I woke up really dazed and putzed around until the Vikings game started, and then watched barely half of it,
Yeah.
and then I shut it off. And then I was up till like 3 in the morning because of the nap.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing video games and watching a show on my laptop, and I didn't realize that it had turned midnight. I looked at the clock, as like 1:05. Like, oh, look at that.
Wow. You really blew by it.
Yeah.
You didn't miss it by like 4 or 5 minutes. You missed it by an hour.
Yeah, when you're older, it's just another day.
What time would you average say you fall asleep at night?
2:15 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to bed earlier.
I've already slept and gotten up at that point.
I'm trying to. Okay, so something I've been doing with my small groups, and I did it with my small group that I had up till this year. I did it for the last few years, and then I did it with the guys that I'm leading right now. Is instead of New Year's resolutions, because they're dumb. I mean, when's the last time that you actually followed through with one of your New Year's resolutions?
Right.
Can you think of any time
Beyond like a month or two, not very long.
that you at some point during the year you're like, I accomplished this,
Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Greg?
No.
right? Because they
That's why I
just
don't do them.
they're
So maybe every single one.
yeah, they're these pragmatic ideas where not ideas. They're not just ideas. They're like a list of to-do things that we just don't. I don't think we think thoughtfully about how we're going to accomplish these things when we said, "Oh, my New Year's resolution is going to be," like you post something funny on New Year's Eve day every year. You're like,
Every year.
I got like 8 hours to do this.
Yeah.
It's like lose 30 pounds, travel to another country or something.
That's it. Read more.
Yeah.
I think that was mine this year. Travel and read.
But there's been this thing that came out a few years ago. I heard one of the guys that I listened to their podcast talk about it a few years ago. I don't think he thought of it. Somebody else thought of it, but it's like one word. Have you heard of that? Yeah. Look, so like if you were to
Like the
describe
word of the year.
last year, your year personally, not just collectively as a world, but your personal year with one word, what word would you use to describe your year last year? One word. Not even a phrase, just one word. Enthralling silence. You think about it too.
Yeah.
Take one word that would describe your last year, and then we're going to flip that around, and we're going to say, what's one word for this new year that I can maybe project something into this coming year, into the future, and set my trajectory in a certain direction that's not bound by, I have to accomplish this, I have to stop doing this. It's just going to be an idea, an abstract idea that's going to kind of set your sights in a particular direction. So one word from last year.
So you're asking us to do something that you said is the downfall of resolutions. Like,
No,
you
not
don't
really.
give us time to think through this.
I know.
So why would I set my whole year on a course of something I haven't even got to like pray about?
You said that very like that you seemed very like indignant about
Yeah,
that.
indignant is my thing.
Yeah.
That's my word. That's my word for the year. Okay, Mike.
All right.
It's like you like hurt him. He
Yeah.
was like very like
Okay.
No,
you didn't
you-
give me time to think about
Do
it.
last year. Think of what word could you use to describe your experience of last year, and then think about this coming year. It's just as an exercise of get rid of resolutions, get rid of these hard and fast actions and activities, and think about more of an abstract idea that would guide you. So a couple years ago, I had the word risk, and it was just one, not risks.
Is that why you keep inviting me over to play Risk?
Yeah,
What, did you get those
Interesting.
invites? I
No.
was like, man, this guy really wants to take over the world.
yeah.
I suck at that game.
Well, he is German.
That's true.
Schultz.
But throughout the year, I kept like my brain was
We
like
attack Poland first.
Australia. Is this it?
It's a World War II joke.
Is this the risk or is it not? And I kept being tempted to assign it to this moment, and then I was like, no, this doesn't feel like it. And so I moved on to the next thing. And the next thing that came up, I was like, could this be the risk? And so my brain was kind of always searching for, so it was just this constant idea that's in my head that, I don't know, kind of helped me navigate through at least maybe interpreting these moments, not necessarily determining those moments. And so mine for this year that I shared with my small group is health. Yeah. So
Wasn't that your word for last year?
No,
Oh.
I don't remember what my word was.
I mean, if you could summarize your last, or is that going by 2 years?
Well, it started 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Did he share it? Maybe. I
what?
don't want to say anything if you haven't shared it.
Oh, I've been running hot for a lot of years. My blood pressure was pretty terrible.
But run.
And so I had to take care of that over the last year and a half. And then about August, my neck started just cranking on me. And so I've been, a weekly guest at the chiropractic office in Rogers. Shout out to Anchor. And
Maybe your neck wasn't getting enough blood flow because
could be.
the pressure's down.
yeah,
You're not getting.
the brain is no, the blood pressure's. Oh well, yeah, I see what you're saying. So this year is
Never mind.
health
That was a reach.
for me.
Okay.
For you,
That I feel like that's just such an easy one. That's what. That's a resolution.
But he's not saying late weight loss. He's saying bigger picture, aren't you?
I know.
With
I'm
health?
just joking.
I'm-
I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Just trying to
Teasing.
tear me
All right.
down. Just trying to tear this whole thing down.
Indignant is my word.
For this coming year?
It's coming word. I'm
All
gonna
right, all
stick
right.
with it.
All right.
No, I don't know. I haven't.
How about last year? Think about last year. What word would you?
Well, tell me more about health. You didn't finish your thought. Like, what does that include?
Well, I'm still focusing on the high blood pressure stuff
Okay.
because it's not consistently staying low. And then I don't know about you guys, and maybe you too, but I ate terrible. Like the whole last half, the second half of December, all the way up until like last night. I've been eating. I had this wonderfully tasting brisket sandwich at the hockey
good.
game,
That was
but it
good.
gave me the worst heartburn later that night.
I'm with you.
And I haven't had heartburn issues
Yes.
for like a year. Once I started eating better, like the heartburn issues like subsided. But the night after the hockey game,
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in the middle of the night. My throat's on fire. Yeah, acid reflux.
So, does your blood pressure get better with your diet?
Yeah, and exercise.
Do you have to do any medicine for that?
No, I've been trying to do it without
Without?
medication.
Okay.
And so eating better, drinking less soda, eating more greens, less red meat,
Well, last from
drinking more water, all those things. Riding my bike. My goal is 130 minutes a week, which is about 5 times for 40 minutes a day. 5 days, 40 minutes each time.
Do you have one of those trap things? You
I do, but I just time. I have an app that times everything and then saves. It's an.
But I mean, in the winter, you're not gonna be able to ride it if it snows.
No,
That's what I'm
I'm all doing
There's
it
a trainer.
inside anyways. It's
It's an inside.
It's
Oh.
on a trainer.
Gotcha, that's
It's
what
not
I
a
meant,
stationary,
trainer.
but it's on a trainer.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I have one of those sensors that does pedal revolutions and speed and all that stuff.
Sure.
But I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
That tracking those details aren't as important to me as I'm just being active. Every 5 days a week for 40 minutes at a time,
Yeah.
at the minimum. Like on New Year's Day, I rode for almost an hour.
Nice.
And that felt great. And that affects my neck, my posture, because it loosens everything up. It affects my weight, my blood pressure. So I'm just my goal is to just stay on top of all that and eat better. I don't have like, I got to lose 8 pounds or 12 pounds. None of those hard goals, but just an overall mindset of better health. So that's my word for this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about last year how I would sum it up, and I'm not really sure. But what I did do before I came, didn't know that this was going to be a question. Is no, I went through the spirit, the spiritual gifts in Galatians 5, which I love, joy, peace, okay,
Fruit.
for the spirit, right? And there was one that really stuck out to me, and it was self-control. And so I've been ruminating on that. Like, you know what? I want this year to have a lot more self-control, and just in multiple areas of, I don't know, just not reacting out of emotion or even healthy choices. I'm pretty good disciplined as far as eating until like late at night. Then I struggle.
That's when it gets. Yeah.
That's when I get and having better. I don't know.
Just eat dinner later.
I've tried that.
Minnesotans eat dinner so early, like 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good word. It's a compound word, but it still counts
That's
as
true.
one word. Self-control.
self-control.
That's good.
So that's what it is, and I think I do need to write down or actually like formalize exactly what that means and how that's going to look. Like not necessarily.
Maybe. Otherwise, you
Benchmarks,
just
but-
carry that word around with you in
Yeah.
your head, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and you just kind of pass everything through the filter of self-control. What does
Yeah.
that mean in this scenario?
Right.
And don't, because I think that's the trap for people with New Year's resolutions is they have these specific ideas, and then they set these standards for themselves, and then they have to live up to them, but they're the only ones keeping themselves accountable, so they're the only ones who disappoint themselves, and it's okay. It's easy to disappoint yourself. I don't know.
Yeah,
I w-
I like it. I think so. That's for me. I mean, there's just some areas that I'm like, I just need to not, I don't know, gravitate towards the easy, and have some discipline and okay, see things through, and so yeah, that's where I'm at. Self-control since I've already mastered the other fruits of the Spirit. This is the only one that was left to. You know what I'm talking about, Greg. So
Step one of self-control is like stop while you're ahead. Stop talking. I wouldn't say you were ahead, but I was thinking about self-control. If you really aim for that, like at what point is it too much? Like it becomes like OCD.
why are you so indignant? Why are you so
That's
indignant?
because that's my theme. No, I don't know. No, that's good. Man, if we could practice more self-control over anything, you would like health, like it wouldn't be a problem. Like, right? That's such a good one. So, all right, I'm done.
I felt like last year. I don't know. I can't come up with a word, but I felt. I don't know if disappointment that's not the right word, but just, timing. If I had to pick one word, maybe timing. Like things didn't happen in the time that I thought they were, and so that led to a little bit of disappointment. But I think the word would probably be timing. Not like I was just depressed or like really worked up. But it's just like in my timing, I wish X, Y, Z would have happened. That didn't happen in that timing. So and that was kind of a theme throughout the year. Like thought this would have happened by now or that or whatever. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of the right word for last year, but something around like, I don't know, I feel like we had a lot of unexpected or surprise, like chaotic maybe. Nothing like horribly catastrophic, but some pretty difficult family stuff and I don't know, different things like that. When you look back over the course of a year, I start thinking about those things, and it does become like for me over the last year, the overarching like theme of, not confusion or I don't know, just maybe some of the more challenging parts of life, or so I don't know. I don't know if I could even summarize in a word, but definitely there's been some good things. So it's not like it was a bummer of a year, but
Challenging can be good or bad.
yeah. But I would say mostly on at least like things to walk through haven't been good. They've been difficult. So difficult challenge. Does that work? Is that okay?
It's 2 words.
I know. But if I put a hyphen in the middle, difficult challenge, I don't know, whatever. But so we didn't have time to prepare for our entire word or year, a word to describe the year to come. And Mike did such a wonderful job of pulling self-control out of the air.
Yeah.
No, I actually had thought about
I
that.
don't- I
He just happened to ask a question that
Here
I
he
thought
is,
about.
indignant.
No,
exactly.
well, I will say, as you guys were talking, I'm like, so this is the opposite. But so I was working on the booklet for the next sermon series.
Matters of the heart.
Matters of the Heart, yeah.
New sermon series this weekend, and there's
Yeah.
going to be a new devotional booklet.
And I was working on that, and one of the verses and one of the weeks that is in there is Proverbs 21:5. Okay, it says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." And what's got me was like haste. Like we don't use that word very often, but when I first think of haste, what do you think of the word?
Gandalf.
Just Gandalf, make haste.
No, he goes, the Shadowfax, he calls the horse, and he goes, show us the meaning of haste.
That's like to hurry, right?
Yeah.
That was a really good Gandalf.
I know. And
shall not pass.
to remember that line, that whole line, that's pretty good. Haste is like to be to hustle or like to hurry. I've never thought of it as a negative thing, but I read this proverb. I'm like, surely as haste leads to poverty. I'm like, what is that about? But I think the idea here is like it's in the context of planning or I don't know. It's kind of like that last minute chaotic. You've procrastinated on your paper, your research paper in college or whatever, and you have to cram or whatever. It's that kind of it's not a good way to live life, and that is probably a default for a lot of people, especially amongst the probably common with ADHD brain, is like you kind of need that feeling of chaos to accomplish something. And so I don't know, all through school, most of my life, I feel like I don't procrastinate in the sense of like I'm just putting it off because I don't want to do something. But I have learned here recently in the last year or two that I do need some sort of like chaos around something to get it done.
A little bit of pressure.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people will say I work better under pressure. Like I don't know. I feel like I do. I feel like I really do work. I don't want to say I work better in those environments, but I can do well in those like pressure. We got to get it done kind of thing. But haste, that word I'd never really thought of as a negative word until reading this proverb. It's like haste leads to poverty. And again, the idea is like, versus planning and having a plan and like working through it obediently, versus trying to throw something together last minute. I guess. So what's the opposite of haste?
Plan.
Intentional.
In this context, in this verse, yeah. But if I could get a
Intentional. I think
word,
intentional's good.
intentional,
Yeah.
intentionality. That's so churchy though. That's been like a church buzzword for too long. It could be more intentional. Guess it doesn't make it bad.
I was going to say that bothers you, or you just don't want it to be like the crowd.
But I don't know.
Don't feel like you need to hastily pick your word right now.
I do. That's the problem. I'm hastily having I guess intentional.
I guess. I suppose.
I guess I'll be intentional. If I
This
have
whole
to.
year is ruined now. He's like, oh,
It's gonna give me the
Or it
worst
could
year
be
ever.
amazing. Yeah. And then I won't get any of the credit for forcing. See, that's pressure. You said you work better under pressure.
Yeah.
I'm pressuring you.
yeah.
I pulled something out.
Yeah. And then,
Intentional.
That would be a good thing.
Intentionality.
My wife would say it'd be probably a good thing that I was less hasty about getting things done.
and then when we, what
Because
is,
Jordan's like such a planner and like detail, and like I'm more of the we'll figure it out.
You can intentionally plan hasty moments.
Yeah, there we go.
Like this,
that's like a,
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's a riddle wrapped up in an enigma right there.
Yeah, it is.
Man.
what's an enigma? Yeah. I like
That's
that.
not my word.
No, it's sort of like my days off. I just plan to not plan anything, and it's sort of whatever whatever happens. But I get it. Like some of the the video stuff that I have to do, create, or graphic design. Sometimes when I have more time than I need, nothing
Right.
goes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, say I have a month. Week 2, just maybe little things here and there. Week 3, nothing. Finally, the week of, I need to have it done. It's like, all right, something starts cranking,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's
You know
not
what it
like
is? It's just focus.
it's not like I'm trying less or more during the lead up to it. It's just something that's so random.
It's a focus thing, right? Because it's like all of a sudden something clicks where you like have to focus on this and get it done.
Yeah.
And I guess the other side of that, there are some people. It's not me, but I know there's some people that are able to engage that focus anytime they want.
Without external pressure.
Yeah. 2 months early. Like, oh, I got this video I have to do that needs to be done mid-March. I could knock that out now. Like, I would never.
Do you make lists? Are you a list guy?
No. Sometimes, and it's helpful. That's the frustrating thing for me. Like, when I actually do
So
get
if you
down
were
and
to-
write out a list, it's like, oh, that's
So if you were
kinda helpful.
intentional about making a list, then you'd get it done.
Yeah.
Are you a list guy?
No, my dad was a list guy.
See,
In
I
fact,
don't
he
always-
had lists for lists. Like we'd wake up on Saturday, and then he would have
I
his
remember you
list,
talking about
and on his list would say Andy's list, Jennifer's list, Matt's list, and then he'd have his own things, and then he'd have Matt's list, Jennifer's list, my list, and he couldn't cross off his stuff on his list till we did, and we couldn't do anything until we finished with our list. You know, so I grew up with that stuff, and it's like,
That's not your thing, a list?
no.
No.
I mean, I categorize things in my own head. I don't
Yeah.
I don't articulate them on paper.
Yeah.
But I do have a checklist, a mental checklist in my head.
I do lists more than I give myself credit for because I do lists all the time on my like phone notes.
So do I. That's where I do
Like
my
I'll
list.
do lists.
Yeah.
So I don't like get a piece of paper and write them out, but
Right.
if it's something important or something I know I need to come back to or get done at some, I'll list stuff out.
I started making
Kim-
grocery lists because I
Yeah.
think I know I need
Yeah,
what
too.
I know what I want, and then when I get there, I oftentimes I'll get home and I've forgotten pick something up, and so then I started doing a grocery list. Be like, okay, now I know I'm not going to forget an important ingredient that I need for this meal that I'm going
Right.
to make.
Hey.
One of the things we do is we do family goals, and they're broad goals. So we try to categorize things like give, save, serve, family fun, things like that, and we try to write them down every year. We have
Collectively as a group, not
Yeah.
individually. Like
Yeah.
you don't have
Yeah,
your
we
daughters each have their own goals.
right. So I don't know. A goal might be
And how do you set those?
we just get together as a family and kind of talk. So what's on your mind? What do you want to what are things you're thinking about? And then we usually in July we'll kind of check in. Hey, how are we doing on this goal? And then at the end of the year, it's kind of fun to see. I mean, we don't always hit them, and they're like I said, they're kind of broad. Like it might be, we want to do a summer vacation, and we don't know right now what that's going to look like. So, I mean, and it's like, oh, do we do that? Yeah, we went to the Dells or something like that. But
That's so funny. That's what I was thinking.
Was the
Wisconsin
that's actually on there this year because of Josie's dance competition there, but yeah, so that's fun to do. Just kind of broad goals, and we do the give, save, serve, spend, family fun type thing. So, and we do write those down because we'll never forget. I mean, one of the things that we wrote down for spiritual goals was read like 3 books of the Bible. We always have that on there, and then we never can remember the books we read. Like, did we read that this year or was that last year? Was it because we try to be consistent, but as the kids get older, we're not even we're not together even in the evenings as much, and so it's always hard to remember what books we read.
Yeah.
Wow.
Greg, did you have something you were going to say? And then don't you have a
remember.
blind top 5? Because Bert's going to be here in a little bit.
Oh, I was going to say, Bert's commented on here. Movement is medicine. I think that was the exercise health thing. I always do a word of the year. Sarah said, I agree, Greg. I don't know what you agree with, Sarah, but thanks.
About the poor planning.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Sarah's a planner. That's why. Kim Cooper, pressure deadlines help the ADHD brain establish priorities, which is why we feel like we work better under pressure. See? Kim's
Wow.
smarter than I am, so
A lot
she
of comments.
nicely worded.
Right.
But yeah.
I would like to know what other people's goals are.
Key
And,
for me is to set small deadlines along the way to create my focus. I need
Create
lists
focus and momentum.
each day, or otherwise it all just puddles into oblivion. Yeah, There you go. Kim Cooper. I don't remember what I was going to say.
All right, blind top 5 then.
Are you taking complaints?
For what?
There was a complaint issued to us about the podcast.
Was there?
Yeah.
About me? Should I leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't about you specifically.
No.
It was saying that the podcast is getting confused with the sermons on the Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
He started a sermon podcast.
there's a sermon.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a difference in just the
Who
graphic
cares
because
what he says, though?
we can't
kidding, Paul.
do
Andy does not appreciate the person who complained. I
we
said
can't do
anonymously.
two.
No, I don't appreciate the complaint, not the person.
Here's the other option.
The person
We
is
just-
wonderful and has a beautiful mustache.
I don't see how those two things, unless it's Tom Selleck, those two things don't.
Oh,
make
have you
sense.
seen PSM's it's PSM.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking
You
about.
seen his mustache?
I know who you're talking. Yeah, I know who you're
It's
talking about.
pretty fabulous.
And I also do not care what he thinks.
Yeah. Is that trash? Is that the complaint file?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Top
Top
five.
five.
But whatever.
I gotta get back to the grind too. Andy's got a big meeting with who you meet
Being
with?
intentional this year, Sarah said, with relationships, spiritual life, and family fun.
Good.
It's good. I do have blind top five going along with family stuff.
Okay.
You guys look like you're really anticipating
It's
this.
gonna be hard for me because I don't have like a
Where did
Family
you,
game night.
family game night.
This was,
Where'd you go?
I don't know, what's that place called?
Jersey
Jersey
Mike's.
Mike's.
Jersey Mike's. Okay.
I regret that.
Wasn't good, the sandwich?
No, I just ate it
I've
too
been, I don't
fast.
think I've been to a Jersey Mike's.
I don't know. You know what? I don't eat that much bread anymore, and it's like
I
now
try
when I
not to.
do, it's like really,
Messes you up.
or just like
Heavy?
feel like a dough or a ball of dough just sitting in my
Sure,
stomach.
gotcha.
So,
I feel it
Anyway.
affect my sinuses.
so one thing we like doing is like, and I think the kids like it better than, well, Jordan and I like it, but the kids ask for like family game night.
Okay.
And it usually turns into a disaster because 2 out of the 3 kids will fight and argue over everything.
How many out of the adults will fight?
2 out of 2 adults also
Okay.
are very
Right.
competitive, and but it's fun. So I just got blind top 5 family games, board games, card games, whatever.
Okay.
Do you guys do family game night?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talked about doing games and stuff.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorites?
Well, right now we're on a game. We're on Jackbox TV. Have you heard this?
No.
So this is on the Nintendo Switch,
Hmm.
and it's like fun little trivia games or
Is it like, remember, you don't know Jack?
yes,
Is
it's
that what
from
it's
those creators.
Really?
Yeah.
And they have it on the Switch?
It's awesome.
I
You
have to
should-
use some of the kids' Amazon money to
You
buy
should.
that.
It's a lot of fun, and we're kind of. You can have. So it's fun if you have a big group of people.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we've been on that, and they just got that. But that's a board game, or that's a game we play.
Because you mentioned one earlier that I have a list. It's on
Okay.
my list.
Uh-oh.
Risk. It was funny you mentioned the word Risk, and I was like, "Hey, that's funny. I have that." And then you mentioned the game Risk.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, don't tell the
It's
whole
on there.
list.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you
Is
the
that
whole
how you
list.
started with Risk?
yeah, top 5 family game night. How would Risk go with family?
That would-
That's family game week potential.
yeah.
Depends how old the kids are, I suppose.
Right.
4.
Yeah. I'm going 5.
You're going number 5 with
Yeah,
Risk. 4.
I'm going 5. I'm with Andy.
I
I
have
never.
to project like if I had a family. I can't.
All right.
First of all, I
You
never
guys,
liked
did you guys grow
Risk.
up playing
I did.
family games?
Oh no, I grew up playing Risk though.
Yeah. But
But
did
I
you
had
guys
a
ever have like
smarter
game
friend,
night?
like my friend Mike Hawkins, who never listened to this, but he is like one of the smartest guys I know, and he always beat us.
He says that right in front of us.
I don't
Notice
know.
that?
Jeez.
So there's
Yeah,
no-
he's smarter than you. Yeah, no, for sure. He's smarter than most
Health?
people.
How about health being also in your relationships here? How about being friendly? A little
never
self
know
control.
how-
Borrow a little Mike's self
Never
control.
know how healthy they really are
Yeesh.
until you test them a little bit.
Right. Yeah. I think I only played Risk
And that
maybe
just strengthens them.
2 or 3 times.
Risk equals boring.
Yeah. It's too long. Isn't the
Obviously,
game
you
like
haven't played with Andy and his friends, his smart friends. And- okay, this is not on my list, but
Wait.
both my boys are into chess. I've never played chess once in my life.
Yeah,
Never.
I stink at chess.
Sarah's
Yeah.
100% with us.
That's what I
Risk
said.
equals boring.
It is.
She's right.
I don't know. It can be fun. It gets boring when people get too. It's like I had a group of friends. We were playing, and we had to make a rule like you have to attack after like a certain amount. I forgot what the rule.
You can't
was.
just sit there and
yeah,
just
wait.
yeah. You have to make a move because otherwise it gets boring. Takes too long.
All right.
Both boys are into chess. Evan got a chessboard too for Christmas. Do you guys play chess?
Yeah.
I've
No, I
never
do
played
not.
that chess.
Really?
Never played it. I just thought it was the same thing
Is
as
that
checkers.
on there? I like chess.
I don't like people that know they're really good at it because they just seem kind of pretentious.
Yeah, and they're not as good as they think.
They hit the
are.
clock.
Although
They move-
Jeremy is really good at chess and he's not pretentious.
Okay. Next game.
I'm just gonna keep drawing it out because I could tell Andy's
I gotta
in a
get
hurry.
going.
Yeah.
You gotta see a
I
man
know
about a
that's
horse.
like-
No, I just got to get going. She's gonna.
All right.
My interviewer is gonna be here. So. Courtney. Unless she's still watching.
Courtney Stone. That's why I just wanted to see if it was still her commenting.
Go ahead.
Next game.
Next game. All right, let's go with
Don't be hasty here.
the old
Be hasty.
traditional Monopoly.
I had 2. I like Monopoly.
It could also be as long as Risk,
Right.
Yeah.
or longer.
It's more interesting. Though.
I'm gonna go 3.
Do you have weird like house rules
Yes.
for Monopoly? Like everyone has house rules for games, but
Yeah, not weird ones. We time it. Like, okay, after 3 hours,
Yeah.
that's enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
the world has to come to an end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm legalistic. I play as the box instructions.
See, that happened one time at one of Jordan's family gatherings with one of her younger cousins. Was super legalistic, letter of the law, and
could-
Jordan got
I could
mad,
care less.
and she like gave me all her stuff and then quit. And the guy almost, he almost lost it.
You can't do that. You can't just give him
You just can't
your
give it.
stuff.
No, you got to
funny.
mortgage it.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Which is the first and only time that Jordan and I were like ended up kind of on the same team playing a game.
Wow.
Like we're both kind of competitive. Usually she tries to beat me. So anyway. Okay, what do we have? Risk? Monopoly? Okay, how about Uno? That's Evan's favorite. Evan likes Uno. Fast moving.
5.
Could be quick.
I'll go
That's
2.
a 5? Not an Uno guy, huh?
It's just kind of.
I think the word you're looking for was cinco. For 5. 2?
See.
I'll go
Uno?
2. I'll go
Dos?
2 for
Okay.
Uno.
C cinco.
Good.
Yeah.
I got 1 and 3 left.
Yeah.
Uno's fun. We got
I like
it's-
Uno.
there's all kinds of variations now, and Evan got one in his stocking that's all wilds. So like, no number cards, they're all wild. It's
That
fun.
sounds
It's a
wild.
wild.
That
It's a
sounds
wild time. All right, so we had Monopoly, Risk, Uno, poker,
Oh, number 1.
family game night.
I don't care. Yeah, I'll play poker anytime. I'll play poker with kids. I'll play
With dogs?
poker with
Yeah.
adults. I'll put the painting with the dogs
Yeah.
playing poker. I
Any
would love to be a part. Yeah,
Doesn't have to be Hold'em or anything.
Omaha.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know Omaha.
Peyton Manning would be
A
fun to
5-card
play
draw?
Omaha with.
Omaha. You don't know Omaha?
Omaha.
Omaha.
You get 5
Omaha.
cards, and you deal 5 in the. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, make the best.
Sounds like you have
5-card
an
hand.
unhealthy relationship with poker.
I think
Maybe you
it's
should
pretty
work on that
healthy.
this year.
I think it's pretty healthy.
Sounds a little unhealthy.
I like card games too, so I might go number 1 because I like card games. In fact, we had
Wow.
the cooks over recently, and we played it wasn't like poker, but you have to win hands,
Yeah.
and you actually have to quote unquote bet. We weren't betting, but
Yeah.
you have to say well how many hands you're going to
Wager.
Win.
Yeah, wager.
And it's called Up and Down the River, and so I like cards. So I'm going to go 1 too. I like card games.
Huh.
That's not just
Okay.
any card game. It's poker.
Yeah, I know.
Family game night, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
they got to bring their babysitting money if they want to play.
Yeah,
though.
for me, family game night with poker is just playing poker on my phone.
Yeah.
Playing the poker app.
Ah, okay.
What's the last
What's the
one?
last one?
Yahtzee.
Oh,
That's 3, I guess.
I got no problems putting that way down at 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't mind Yahtzee.
I don't know.
There's no strategy. I mean, there's a little strategy.
There's no strategy in rolling the dice.
Yeah, there's a little strategy on where you
Yeah.
How you select which ones you're
how
going
you
to want.
select.
Yeah.
But you know what's the worst is that where you have to hit the pop it. You
Is
know,
that, is that the
with the dice,
with
the dice
in
is
there?
inside
yeah,
of
like
it. and
Trouble.
yeah.
How's that? Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can't stand.
I know, yeah.
Trouble
No,
doesn't have that.
you got to get a
Noisy.
5
Doesn't
to
it?
get out.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm singing sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
One of those does.
I'm glad you didn't say like Ticket to Ride or Catan.
I don't know any of those games.
I don't like Catan either.
I've
I'm
never
not a-
played it.
Yeah, like some
People
there's
love
some
that
big,
game, man.
There's
Yeah.
some big board game fans here, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm not a fan of those games. So I gotta
Catan
go.
is one that everyone like. They love
Yeah.
to tell you they play Catan, and it's not just the
Another
chess players.
pretentiousness.
Yeah.
To it.
And they say they like you too. Yeah, they like Catan and you too.
Yahtzee's the thing is like my grandma used to always win, no matter what. She always win. I don't
Yeah.
know. So there's got to be some kind of strategy,
No, there is. There is.
or the rest of us just didn't know how
Like,
to
am
count.
I going to use my 4s here? Am I going to use my? Is there like a wild? Can't or
Yeah, something like that.
something?
It's been a
can't-
while.
Right. Yeah.
I clearly don't know much about these things. And I'll be honest, I said I'd have a blind top 5, Andy, and I had to think of something on the way over here.
You weren't intentional about putting it
I was
together.
being hasty with my blind top 5. I had to think of something, and I typed them out as we were talking here. I typed out 5 board games I could think of.
I know.
I said I'll have a blind top. Did I?
Oh,
Yeah, just adjusted.
wow.
Bye, Andy. Now what are we going to do?
We never pressed Andy on what he had
Andy
to get
seems
to.
pretty hasty.
Yeah. Seems like very important.
I think he's going to see a man about a horse. I didn't know that that's what that referred to.
All right, we got a few
It's
minutes.
Actual,
Are we supposed to do church notes?
yeah, I guess. And man,
I don't know.
Sarah's got all kinds of stuff.
What are her ideas?
Yeah, you have all boring games. I know. I had to think of them quickly. I couldn't think of games. Quarkle, Farkle. What? Quarkle? Jungle Speed?
I've never heard of Jungle Speed.
What are these? Like a timer on each turn? How long? What are we? Paul and Sarah are just having their own conversation. All right. Now it's an actual fast game like Spoons. Oh, yeah, Spoons, my family. They were all playing that. I didn't play. I was watching football, but last week, the kids and everything, they sound like they're having a good time.
Is that where you have to grab them or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess so. Left, right, center. You guys ever do that?
I don't know.
It's like 3 dice, and you each have 3 $1 bills.
Uh-huh.
And there's a L and R, and then like a dot. And like if you roll 3 dice if you have 3 ones, and then like if you get an L and an R, you got to pass 1 to the left, 1 to the right. If you get a dot, you keep it. If there's a C, you got to put it in the center. And basically goes until the last person that has $1 gets it all. And so like that's our family New Year's Eve game.
Sure.
So whatever.
We play a lot of Quirkle. You ever play Quirkle?
It's really hard to find ones.
Yeah,
Lots of
that's
ones
true.
though. No, that's one that Sarah mentioned. I've never even heard of that game. No.
Yeah, Quirkle's a lot of fun.
What is it? It's fun to say. Sounds fun to say. Quirkle.
It's shapes and colors, and you have to
Sounds like something.
put those together in
learned in
order to get
kindergarten.
points. Yeah, and so they're on tiles, and so Quirkle's fun. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like kindergarten. Shapes and colors.
Yep, kind of is, yeah. Well, it is funny though. Some of these games that are so simple.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like, wow, somebody thought of this, and they very successful. And there's not much to this, and yet
Yeah.
it's really fun. It's addicting, right? That's always
Yeah.
a good element to a game. right?
Bananagrams. You guys do that? Jordan likes that one, but she uses it in the classroom too. So
Sure.
yeah, a lot of the games that are aimed at like little kids are fun. We found actually one of the 2 funniest games, the funnest games to play with are like when we have family like Christmas, or if you have a bigger group, it's supposed to be for at least 6, but we put 2 together and play with like 10 or 12 telestrations. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah,
That's fun.
That's fun.
Especially if you get like, we always give my nephew Troy a hard time because some of his drawings, it's like,
oh yeah.
What in the world,
It's hard to
dude?
draw.
yeah. But then it gets weird. Like sometimes younger kids and maybe one of my younger children will intentionally like, it's like, no,
write down
just-
the wrong word, like
or
it's-
just draw something random. Like,
Oh
you
sure,
know,
it's clearly the word is clearly
Right.
like truck, and they're
Yeah.
doing a landscaping
something
scene.
weird.
Hey,
Hey,
who knows? Bert,
You were just on here.
you should come on and be on the podcast. Andy left.
Andy left. He went to see a man about a horse, he said. Do you know what that means? Ah, see? Neither do I.
All right, what's going on in Northridge? New sermon series
what-
this week.
One other game. Evan and I actually found this at Five Below. So it was like under $5.
Yeah.
It was probably $4.99. Slide into the DMs. It's basically like, apples to apples where
Yeah.
I mean there's no strategy. It's just a fun
Right.
group game. So you have like someone messaged you and like a direct message, and then you have like that's a card you draw, and whoever's like if it's my turn, I read that, and then everybody has their 7 cards of like a fill in the blank kind of thing. Like it's the same idea as apples to apples,
Sure.
but you read them and it's really funny. It was really funny.
Be a good youth group game, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. A good youth group game, or just like if you don't want to think, you don't want to have to put strategy into it. Just
Yeah.
think about Anyway, yeah, we have some events happening after the new year, after we got through all our Christmas and everything. There's things happening. So first of all, we got men's breakfast, not tomorrow.
Week from
Week from tomorrow, the 13th.
13th.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot going on like event wise this weekend, but
Men's
stuff
breakfast
starts kicking in.
starts at 7.
7:30
7:30.
to 9. and it'll be in the great room. It's free. Any men and boys of all ages are welcome. It's going to be good breakfast, always good food, and good time to fellowship, and a good place to just connect with one another. So there'll be a guy that will share his testimony, and actually next month you're sharing in February, but it's more of the Beyond the Bacon
a little longer
teaching. What are you doing?
We're actually going to look at Galatians 5. We're going to look at Galatians 5 is all about our freedom in Christ, and specifically our freedom in Christ related to the gifts of the Spirit.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at that.
Okay.
What does it mean to be free in Christ related to the gifts of the Spirit?
Sweet.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Awesome.
Now we have Meet the Pastors. Is that you?
Yeah. Lunch with the pastors, meet the pastors.
That's the
He's got-
14th?
That's the 14th.
Does it? So I have never gone to that because I don't think it was there
No.
when we started. Is it all of the pastors?
No. So
How does that work?
what it is it's going to be Ben and Terry. So it's really a hour-long version of like Discovering Northridge, which is an 8-week small group, but it's really a condensed down lunch and brief conversation led by Ben and Terry on who we are as a church, who Northridge is, how we started. You get to hear it straight from Ben's mouth, and his heart for who we are and for the church as a whole. And then just some of the basic overview of like some of the ministry areas that we have, some of the things that we do. And so it's designed for people who are newer to Northridge, but are really looking to make Northridge their church. So,
maybe 9 months under? 6
yeah,
months
usually
under?
it's people who've been here less than 6 months or around there, and they've been here several times and kind of want to just maybe take another step of like, let's kind of investigate a little bit more about who Northridge is, and so why we call Lunch with the Pastors is because, if someone signs up, there's like a little form, and they could click boxes of ministry interest, like that they're interested in. Like,
sure.
for example, if they click, they have teenagers and they're interested in youth, then we'll ask Brax, hey, there's a family coming with youth.
Sure.
Maybe you want to pop in and hang out, or kids or whatever. I'm always there because it's an event, and that kind of falls under my purview. But usually Jackie's around because there's the last couple. There's been people that have kids, and so if someone's interested in missions, we'll ask Dan to stick around, that sort of thing. So we kind of tailor it to who's signed up, and it ends up being pretty good. So.
Cool.
Yeah, that's coming up. That's the 14th.
That's the 14th. So
There's a
week from
RSVP
Sunday.
thing. You could register. You could sign up for it on the website. Just click on the image, and it'll take you to the little sign up registration tab.
What else we got going on? What's
the
snow
youth
and
have
show?
this snow and a show. This is a youth thing.
I should know about
Next
that.
Saturday, the 13th. Tubing. If there's snow, they make snow at
I
Elm
think Elm
Creek.
Creek's making it.
Yeah, they make their own.
I think the Nordic team has been practicing there.
Yeah.
So-
They make their snow. I guess that the rain last week kind of messed up their snow, though, melted it. But yeah, there'll be snow. They make snow at Elm Creek. So I think, middle school and high school, it's students get dropped off over at
So
Elm Creek.
looks like sled
And,
from 2 to 4:30, and then there's going to be a movie
Carpool
and
back to
some
church for a movie.
food after that.
I wonder what movie. I don't know what movie they're watching. We should check. That'd be fun. Crockpot cook-off, otherwise known as, like
Is that the same as the chili cook-off?
Yeah, but we expanded to, I think last year, like crockpot
Not
cook-off.
just chilies.
People were bringing things that weren't just chili anyway, so it's like, okay, embrace it.
So are there different categories?
There are a few categories. There's, let's see, what they put it down. There's a chili, just kind of what we call a main dish, so something in a crock pot that's not chili.
Tater tot hot dish.
Yeah, whatever it is. My sister makes.
Did you have a lot of tater
lasagna.
tot hot dish a lot in California growing
No,
up? Was
no,
that-
never. We didn't. We called them casserole. We had a casserole. My mom made casseroles, not tater tot hot dish. No. And then the dessert. Some people are pretty creative with desserts, and crock pot. So yeah, there's 3 categories there.
Okay.
And there are prizes for
Yep.
winners.
They want you to register so they know who's coming.
So we know how many. There's an entry form. There's also a form there if you want to just help. If you're coming, you can help with setup or whatever. Yeah, Women's Night Women's Ministry has a game night coming up January 27th, which is also always wildly popular and relevant to some of the.
Yeah, will
I
they
don't
be
think they're going to play
playing
Risk or Yahtzee, but they'll be playing something.
No?
I don't know.
Poker?
They might
Texas Hold'em?
probably.
And Andy would come.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Women's game night. There you go.
That's
Info on the website.
the
27th.
And Sarah Cook's in charge of that.
Uh-huh.
And she had a lot of good
And she
game
just
ideas.
talked about how boring games are. So she's going to bring non-boring games like Quirkle and what was the other one? Merkle? No, that's Mark Farkle?
I see a guy.
Quarkle? Farkle. Say that 5 times fast. Hey, Joel Magnuson. What's up? Anyway.
Cool. Well, this was
Meghan
fun.
Markle. That's what I was thinking of. Markle. That's the lady
She's
that
the
blew up the royal family, right?
the Duchess of
yeah.
something.
Yeah. She's American that went over and
Yeah.
she's the Yoko Ono of the of the royal family. Like, let's split up the Beatles. All right.
Well,
the
thanks.
game night's the 27th of January, and yeah, there's lots of events.
Is that a Saturday?
I
Let's
believe
find out.
it's no, yeah. Look it up. I don't think it's
It
Saturday.
is January 27th.
Okay, it is. I was thinking it was a different night, but anyway, one thing that to look forward to. I know Ben will probably highlight it this weekend a little bit in the sermon, but you'll hear more info about it. Is later in January. There's going to be something called Godly Money Management. A couple guys around Northridge that are just doing. It's not a extensive like Financial Peace University or like a really extensive class. It's just a seminar on a Sunday evening, 2 sessions. Same group, but like hour long each, something like that. But just on principles of money management God's way. And so session 1, assembling the pieces of financial stability. And then session 2, how to use your pieces for godly purpose. So that's something to look forward to. You could sign up for. There's a Kairos course coming up led by Matt Hutchcraft, and childcare night coming up. All kind.
That's in February.
Yeah. There's in February.
Well,
A marriage. It's not even on here.
Super
but there's
Bowl.
a marriage adventure coming up. There's a Super Bowl youth party.
We'll have
lots of things.
We'll have another one before then, won't we?
Lots of events. I hope so. I hope we'll have a kind of weekly
Kinda
podcast
weekly,
before that.
yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's been almost a month since our last one.
Yep.
But Christmas time gets busy.
How did these things end? I've never been here for the ending.
Usually Andy just tells me to shut up and then says, "Say goodbye, Greg." And I say, "Goodbye, Greg."
Okay.
So I'll say goodbye, Mike.
All right. Goodbye, Greg.
Now, I got to awkwardly walk in there and turn it off because Andy usually does it remotely right here. But I'm just going to awkwardly leave and then go turn it off. Back to work. See ya.